Well, I hope y'all will come back. I don't know. Lately, Facebook has fallen down a little bit with the connection stuff. So I don't know what happened, and I don't know if it was on my end because they have been working outside, so it could be on my end too. So I will not claim that. My faith is in something happened. So I'm hoping y'all at least heard me up to talking through tactful, and I was talking about being appropriate and caring and being diplomatic and certain welcome you back, T. Looking at being cordial and polite, being mannerly, being savvy, because sometimes you have to be savvy when you're talking to people. You cannot be rude, disrespectful, and certainly making them feel bad. The H in faith is for hopeful. And hopeful is a feeling or an inspiring optimism about a future event. And to me, that's what faith is. It really talks about. I planted this seed that I'm heading in that direction. I've been planted this seed that I have something that I'm going to complete or something I'm going to do or somebody I'm going to meet or I'm going to work on this relationship. That's what being hopeful really talks about, but that's also your faith because we don't know outcomes. We don't know outcomes. So certainly we have to talk about what have we actually put ourselves out there for. Good morning, Kiwanis. What have we put ourselves out there for? And so we talk about when you're being hopeful, you're being confident, you're being positive, you're being cheerful, rosy, assured, it's promising, you're encouraged by it, you're auspicious. It's like it's an auspicious thing because it's out there. You just put it in your forward movement. It's favorable and it's also bright. That's what being hopeful is. If you've seen people who have seemingly lost hope, they may be depressed or frustrated or angered or all the things that say that they're down. But to be hopeful says that you've found a common ground for you to look forward and finding out what your faith is. So, anyway, when we talk about faith, we're talking about how familiarized we are with it, and we are, and that it's an acquaintance, a familiar acquaintance that we enjoy, we've set our sights on, we've set our hearts on, and we're working towards. It's something that's ideal for us. That is our faith. It also looks at the fact that it has to be, if you're going to discuss it, let it be done in a tactful way, that there's no disrespect, because I feel that a lot of the world's issues could be dealt with better if people just listen to each other and were respectful to each other's position. Sometimes you can't sway everybody to the middle. You can't. But heading in that direction of heading towards the middle eventually may be that is where you're going to arrive, in the middle, where everyone is at peace and having brought about by their faith in that this can work. But if everyone's oppositional with somebody over there, another section over here, and they've taken their corners, a lot of times they come out swinging like in a boxing match. And so you have to talk about what that is. And lastly, of course, is that there's hope in faith. There's hope in our faith. And in fact, it makes us optimistic about our future. We're optimistic if we can get up every day and say, not only do we enjoy yesterday, but we anticipating a good day today. That would be good. That would be our faith. That would be our faith. Things that we can't control, we acknowledge that we can't control them. But the things that we can, the things that we want to believe, that's ours. That belongs to us. It really and truthfully does. So anyway, getting down to your questions. Today being on faith. Good morning, Charles. How are you? Getting down to the questions on faith. The first question is, do you have faith? Do you? And I know this has been a tumultuous year of crazy, a lot of alone time or only family time or close living time with somebody. And then the rest of the world is shut out. And I don't know if you all are paying attention that the COVID-19 is not going away. They thought it would go away with the heat, but it's burning up down here. I think it's been 92 these last 3 or 4 days. So 92 degrees, and we're in the top portion of the panhandle of Florida. So can you imagine down towards Miami Beach and all points south? Come on now, you know. So anyway, they're saying that there is a rise in the state of Florida, but there's a rise in, I think they said, a total of 20 states. So they claim it on, they're claiming that it's on the fact that they're doing more testing. However, some of the doctors do not. Good morning, Tricia. They're not believing that. They're not. They're saying that they believe that it's because people are not really actively practicing social distancing, that we are still going out. I went to the market 2 days ago, and everybody in there didn't have on a mask. I did, but they didn't. They didn't. So you also have to talk about, your faith. Faith in saying, I still got to go out and get some groceries. I still have to, gas up my car. I still need to wash my car. Life still goes on, but it's just limited in terms of how many people may be in my space. But, I think I told somebody the other day that I bought a mask, a face mask that says, if you can read this, you're too close. Basically, I'm just saying that people need to understand that the virus isn't going away. So heat is not seemingly taking it away. So your faith is that when you go out, that you got the cover, that you're not sick or not in a position of being, because they said it walks in with some people not having any symptoms at all, So you don't even know, and how long does it stay in the air, and what is it? It's just so much. So this has been a really tumultuous year with a whole bunch of what I call different things going on. Things that make you go, things that make you think, things that make you angry, things that make you want to cry, and lastly, things that have to give you great faith. I mean, whoever doesn't have any faith now, I don't know about them. But anyway, for questions on faith, this is one of the first questions was, do you have faith? Is it strong? Is your faith strong? And where does your faith come from? Where? Does it come from other people? Does it come from up above? How's it come? What's the package like? How's it living? How's it living in you? How's it living in your heart and in your head? That would be faith. The next thing is how familiar are you with faith and where you are headed? How familiar are you with your faith? Because some people only have faith when something comes up, something that's troubling, Once they're over that, they have no more faith in how it worked, what they needed to do to make it not occur again. To me, once you've been exposed to something, then that means you have to do something about taking care of it going forward. That's the way you have to look at it. The next question is, are you acquainted with any of the things that faith can lead you to? Are you acquainted with any of the things that faith can lead you to or has led you to? We'll do it past tense too. So has led or is leading. Anybody? Y'all can write little things in there. Today, I don't know. They just had a few glitchy things going on lately. But anyway, you can write some stuff in there. It says, what are your ideas? Number 4, what are your ideas, your opinions, and what is your faith? What's your ideas? What's your opinions? And how do they relate to your faith? These are yours. All this stuff is yours. It doesn't come to me. This is for you to write down. Because they said if you write it down, eventually it will crystallize. And having been a counselor, I gave everybody homework. Every single session we had. I said, oh, you got some homework. Because a lot of times if you just leave it to what happened in session or what happened now, you don't do anything with it. Things happen. You get busy. And then the next thing you know, it kind of scurried away. It's gone. You don't remember it. So that's one thing good about writing things down. And the last question is, are you hopeful for a change? Whatever that change is going to be. When I look at what 2020 has revealed to us, 2020 probably is the most one of the most historic years I've ever lived, ever. I've never seen this kind of thing. I've never, seen the pandemic before. I've never seen, the rioting, not so much the rioting, let me take rioting out, the protesting that's multicultural, multi-raced. I've never seen that before. Never. I've never seen anyone killed on live stream or TV. Never seen that before. So when you think about, all the things that are going on, this year has come in of a year of reckoning, a year of paying attention, and a year to really have some type of faith, something going forward that hopefully the end of 2020 will be the end of all of this, what I would call reveal. It's just so startling to me, of what we've had a chance to see. So anyway, when we talk about our faith, we really want to talk about the fact that faith is a way for us to understand what our hope is, what our confidence level is, what our beliefs are, what our trust is. And sometimes it says you can't put your trust in man. Sorry for those of us who aren't religious, but it does say that sometimes we do put our trust in man. And we don't always realize, thank you, Joan. Joan says, faith is so important in life because of the storms we sometimes face. Yes. And I believe this year has been a wave. It's like one thing happens and something else happens, and then after that happens, something else happens. In fact, I saw it yesterday where someone was killed Friday night in Atlanta at a Wendy's, and it started off that he was cooperative. The young man was cooperative, and he happened to be black, and he was cooperative. And then they tried to take him into custody, and that's when everything changed. And it says that he took a taser off of one of the police officers, and he pointed him at him. Well, the taser was supposed to just numb, so that's all he was trying to do. But apparently what happened is that the officer shot him. You could hear the shots 3 times. And, I don't understand why people aren't paying attention that everyone is armed now with a phone. Armed. Everyone has the capability of taping what you do. Even if it's good, bad, or indifferent, it doesn't matter. There's just somebody out there in a position to catch it on tape, put it out there for the world to see, hear, because sometimes the audio files are just as equally as damning. But anyway, my faith just tells me that this is something. It says this year has been a faith tester. Faith in God, not man. Okay, T. Thanks, John. But you realize. But also we want to be familiar with our faith, understanding what it means to us. To me, my faith is like my rise and shine. The fact of when I go to bed, my faith is that I wake up in the morning. That's my faith. When I get in my car, my faith is that I'm going to get back to my house. My faith is that when I go to my bank account, I got enough money to pay my bills. My faith, So you really talk about it. Faith is not anything that's necessarily tangible. You can't touch it. So it truly is within your belief system. It's how you believe, how you make out that every day. I don't know how the day is going to end, but so far it's so far good. It's a good day so far. The next word is acquaint, and obviously we want to be acquainted with it. We want to be acquainted enough with our faith that if we decide to discuss it, that we know what to say, and we would do it in a tactful way, it would be our ideal. It's ideal for us. Ideally means it's to me that's personal. Ideally, that means it's a personal choice, by choice of what it is that you want. And when you're explaining it to somebody, or explaining who you are to somebody, you do it in a tactful way, not disrespectful, not certainly condescending, but careful, discerning, and caring, and certainly sensitive, because they may not have the same beliefs. So we're just asking that the room be allowed at the table, that the door is open for all who want to enter, and understand that everyone in the room at the table are not necessarily eating the same thing or thinking the same thing as they're coming in and out of the meeting in the room. And the last thing is really talking about one's hope. The fact that to have faith, you have to have hope. Because once again, hope is not tangible. Hope is a belief. It's your belief. It's your confidence. It's your positivity. It's your cheerfulness. It's your rosiness. Certainly, it's your favor. It is your favor. So anyway, those are what I had for today. And I thought today it would be nice if I sung on the end, because this song had been like, just as I was preparing to do this presentation today, I kept saying, well, what would I sing? What would I sing? And this song came to mind. It's Faith That Conquers. I have the faith that sees the invisible, expects the incredible, receives the impossible. Faith that can conquer anything. Faith, it obtrudes my problems. Faith to know God alone can solve them. Faith to vision my freedom. And I've the faith that can conquer anything. Faith to reach the unreachable. Faith to fight the unbeatable. Faith unmovable. Faith that stands the incredible. I have the faith that can conquer anything. That's my faith. You have a good day. Enjoy your faith. Rally in your faith. Stay in your faith. Believe in your faith. Be hopeful in your faith. Let your faith be ideal. And Lord, 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 let it be just your faith. Have a wonderful day. See me tomorrow. I'll be here at 9 a.m. Central Daylight Time. And look, would you share this video for me, please? Or go to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much. I love you all. Bye-bye.